Afternoon guys, hope you're doing well. Yes, not in the chef jacket, red, white and blue shirt. I've just been given a challenge by one of my neighbours to give a little surprise afternoon tea party for one of our elderly neighbours. So I quickly ran to the shops, got some ingredients, used some of the stuff that I've got, and we're going to knock up some vegetarian sausage rolls, some meat sausage rolls, a very quick and small Victoria sponge cake. You will need to watch the previous recipe for that one. And let's start. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off with preparing the ingredients for some vegetarian sausage rolls. Okay, now you're going to have to realise you have to look back at some of the previous videos to know how to do some of these things, because I'm trying to do this as quick as I possibly can. So, I've already prepared chopped mushrooms, chopped onions, seasoning, some breadcrumbs and some vegetarian cheese. So I'm going to start off with frying the onions. Just going to sweat them down until they're cooked and soft. Now that the onions have been frying for a few minutes, I'm now going to add the mushrooms that I've chopped up really, really finely. If you have a food processor, then you could put it in that, but I couldn't be doing the washing up, to be honest. Now add the seasonings that you want to use. I've got a bit of sage here because sage and mushrooms work amazingly well. And now I'm going to add the breadcrumbs. This is like the bulking ingredient. This is like going to make sure it's all nice and thick and absolutely delicious. At this point, you might want to get a clean spoon, have a little taste and see if you need to add any more seasoning. I know that I don't. Now these have been cooking for about 5 minutes and that's absolutely fine, and they're not browned, they're just nice and soft. So I'm going to add the cheese, turn the heat off from the, well, I'm using the frying pan, whatever pan you're using. I'm going to add my cheese, mix it up, and then really importantly need to let it cool down. Alright, so give it a really good mix. It's off the heat, and when it's cold we'll come back to it. So now what I'm going to do is make the meat sausage rolls, okay? And same as before, what you need to do is just fry up some onion if you want to use it, soften it up, let it go cold, and then you can use it. So, first thing first, I've got some regular sausage meat. This is just Cumberland sausages, okay? You can buy sausage meat, as Scotch Egg video explains, or you can just peel the skin off, and then you've got a seasoned sausage meat already, so you don't have to worry about it. I've got some chopped onions, some chopped cooked onions that are just going in there, and I just had a little bit of leek as well, which needed using up. One big dollop of mustard for me, because I like a bit of spice in there, and some black pepper. And get your hand in and give it all a really good mix. Once that's mixed up, leave that to one side until you're ready to make the sausage rolls. So now we're going to make the sausage rolls themselves. Now I have cheated, I have actually bought already made puff pastry, but you know what, life's too short sometimes, and if it's good enough for Mary Berry, it's good enough for me. So what I want to start off with doing is cutting a rectangle down the pastry, put one half to one side, and then I'm going to take my filling, I'm doing the vegetarian one to start with, and I'm going to place it down the middle. Alright, and now you can make these as thick or as thin as you like, but what you do want to make sure is that it's nice and even all the way along. So once you put your filling along the centre of your pastry, all you simply need to do is just roll the pastry up. Now you will get a little gap at the end along here, and what I like to do is just get a little bit of egg wash, or you can use milk, and that's going to create like a little glue, and then just roll it over, and then we have one giant sausage roll. But then just portion it up whatever size you want. So for me, I'm just going to cut them in half and then each one into thirds. So I've made 6 sausage rolls. For a decorative effect, just score across the top with the tip of the knife, and then finally brush with your chosen milk or egg wash. Put them on your baking tray and they're ready to go in. So the alarm's just gone off. It's been 25 minutes, so it's time to take everything out and see if it's cooked. Ooh. Look at those. All right, so we can check with the skewer or thermometer to make sure that the meat ones are cooked. We know the vegetarian ones are. Got nice light flake pastry. Just turn it over, should be nice and golden brown on the other side as well.